But Spurs lost 3-2 to Bayern. Meant they won the Malta Cup. So Harry Kane finally lifted a trophy.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Okay, not him literally, but
he won something.
But more importantly, Spurs have finally made a signing that they think is worthy of replacing someone like Kane.
Great signing.
In signing Solanke, what's people's thoughts? Think that's a good signing? Should they have gone for Toney instead? Or
no, I think Solanke's a better profile, particularly how Ange is going to end up playing. It's very, very like fast paced and not frantic might be the word. I feel like Solanke's probably better suited than a Toney who probably hold up the ball maybe too much and maybe slow it down a little bit too much. I think Solanke actually fits. He'll do well. He'll do really well. I'm surprised no other team actually went for him. He would have been good at Arsenal as well.
I think I agree. I think he was a better fit than a Toney. But no one not say concerned, but any thoughts on the transfer fee? Is it too high? Or that's the going rate of strikers now?
What was he, 60?
Liverpool sold him to Bournemouth.
So 55 up front, innit?
Liverpool sold him for 25 to Bournemouth. So I think they wouldn't have let him go because I think there's a sell-on fee as well.
Yeah, I think it's like 20% sell-on fee or something.
Yeah. So I feel like there is a lot of value in him to sign him at that fee with a 20% or 25% sell-on fee. So I'm not surprised at the fee at all.
I think with his age as well, I think they can probably get that fee.
Oh, you're back, yeah.
25, 26, yeah.
He did well in the championship, innit? He did well in the championship.
And
then and then
last season, bro. Yeah, like they're not buying him at a low point at all.
No, exactly.
If y'all let me finish, I was gonna say, we went on to have a good season for Bournemouth as well. So I think, with all things considered, he done well to get that price up, man. But I think, I do think though, like you man saying that he would be a good fit for Arsenal. I feel like potentially he probably could be, but I don't feel like there's that much of a difference between him and Nketiah ability wise, in my opinion.
That's crazy, bro.
I don't
That's
agree
crazy. Yeah.
But I agree with you on the first point, but I don't agree with the comparison with Nketiah. But yeah,
I just feel like if Nketiah was at Bournemouth, he would probably get goals as well.
In terms of profile, I think he fits the profile of what Arteta is trying to create over the next year. He can play with his back to goal. He can run it behind. He can link up. He's like a version of like a facilitator where he can also score goals.
I think I do think he will be I think he might be a hitter at Spurs. But one thing I disagree on, I don't know if he was a better fit than Toney. I feel like Toney, I mean, for the way Ange plays potentially, but I think Toney would have worked at Spurs as well.
Yeah,
I think he's like a, I don't know. Yeah.
There's like a need for. I think there's like a need for both of them. If I'm going to be honest,
I think so, but I think I think Solanke, he can do both, whereas Toney can't do both.
Yeah, but there's that one skill that Toney has that I've always been raving about. His just the ability to pluck the ball out of the air and create a chance with one touch. And I don't think Dominic Solanke has that, but that's something that Son will feed off of, and Kulusevski will feed off. I don't think he's going to be able to do what Toney does for Brentford. I don't think Solanke is going to do what Ivan Toney does for Mbomo and Wissa for Son and thingy. I mean, I didn't really see him do it too much at Bournemouth, but he was getting on the end of chances, and he brings
everyone in. Like when
he's a good player.
I think
he definitely brings players in, but not with like one touch. And Spurs want to play very, very fast. So I feel like that one touch would have suited them very much from Ivan Toney.
Yeah. So Dre, what did you say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, for me, it's interesting because obviously Solanke's 55 mil and whatever the add-ons are, etc., etc.
Wasn't it 60 plus 5 mil add-ons?
Yeah, 60.
Oh, 60. Well, 60 plus 5. But my only interesting thought was, if Solanke's going for this much, then how much are Brentford really holding out for? Because surely by now someone should have snapped up Toney, but are they holding out for too much?
I don't know if they're holding out. Has anyone tried to sign Toney?
I think Toney's attitude let him down, man. He was he's a good player. He was talking a lot. Obviously, that ban didn't help him because obviously he wasn't even allowed to train as well. So obviously he started off at a bit of a deficit, isn't it? And I think he got a goal or so in his first game back, but then his goal scoring form wasn't like electric at all. To be fair, if anything, the Euros probably put him back in positive favour in terms of his contributions to the England team. But outside of that, his season wasn't comparable to Solanke's.
So what's this attitude? I've heard the attitude thing a couple of times. But
I mean, I don't know where it's come from.
Podcast, man.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting it from as well. But that is what that's kind of the murmurs that you hear. Like, even
they always say like Arteta won't like his attitude or something like that. And I'm just what they're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen some people that they claim to have inside sources to Arsenal say that Arteta was calling Toney because he didn't really like his attitude or his persona, what have you not. So I mean, I don't know how true that is.
But even if Toney was like 40 mil, you're saying you wouldn't take him, Strives? Let's just say they cut it 40 or 50 mil.
And I mean, I would take Toney. Of course, I'd take Toney. I said it last week. I'd take Toney. I think Toney would. I think Toney would raise the bar. Yeah, raise our striker bar still. But he's aging. He's aging. I feel like something that Edu said a little while ago in terms of how he signs these players. I don't feel like Toney ticks enough of those boxes to take that risk, especially at the price that Brentford might want. You know what I mean? So. But if he's going to, like you said, 40 mil or what have you not, me personally, you know what I would do to a full striker. I'll spend the peas.
So not to revisit a conversation we had last week, but I did say there was a lot of things that probably wouldn't happen at Arsenal, and I was told I was making up stuff, but it's come to light that a lot of things I said was probably accurate in terms of strikers that you're trying to get, and they're not going to come. But
no, you was trying to say they weren't realistic, but the challenge to
the goalpost mover.
Realistic in what sense? And we won't dwell in it, but I said Isaac ain't going to come, and Toney's not the profile of a striker that thing you would want.
Yeah, you might say that, and of course they're not going to come because they're playing at their clubs. But you said that it wasn't realistic. But my question to you would be like, why wouldn't it be realistic? If Arsenal said we want these players, we're willing to throw a certain amount of money at these players, I think these players will do whatever it takes to make the move, bro. Like, I think Arsenal can get these players. But you're saying it's not realistic based on the fact of obviously there's no link. These guys are at their club. I get what you're saying in that sense, but I think it's realistic. We can get these players.
So who are Arsenal holding out for?
That's what I'm saying for.
So say that again, Dre Man.
No, I was going to say, who are Arsenal holding out for, realistically, for a striker?
I have no idea, bro. We're keeping Nketiah in it, so I have no idea, my bro. All I can say is the window's not closed yet. When the window closes, I guess we can have the conversation again. You never know. Like Arsenal like to keep their cards close to their chest. They don't really like to. Like you'll see a lot of these journalists like just guessing, doing guesswork. We try not to let you know what we're thinking. So if we are looking at anyone, you better not gonna know for now.
Let's back to Toney first. Where do we think he's going to end up? Do we think he's going to stay at Brentford? He's going to go to another PL club or go abroad?
I think he's going to stay at Brentford, man.
Yeah,
I think they're struggling. The last report I read was that they're struggling to offload him.
Right, might as well keep him one last season?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But the attitude question you asked: if you're at a club and you're literally actively keep saying, "Yeah, I want to move elsewhere," it's kind of undermining the club that you're at. You know what I mean? Like more normally, the practice normally is a club comes in for you and you say, "Yeah, I'm happy at the club I'm at." You always say that I'm happy at the club I'm at, and then once the deal's done, then you come out and start talking about your new club. Whereas Toney's doing it the complete opposite way. He's out here saying, "Yeah, true. I'd love to go. I support Liverpool. I'd love to play for Arsenal. Or I'd love to do this." Anyone that comes in for him, I'd love to go to a big club. It's kind of like, I don't know. It feels a little bit.
Were you saying he ain't got the mentality?
No, I just feel like I think he's just a little bit like.
He has no tact.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, he's lacking tact in his
bit naive
in his approach to it. You know.
Cool. Let's move before I move away from Spurs predictions. So they're playing away to Leicester. We don't need to give me like scores. Just give me like, what do you think they'll win?
What, Spurs?
Lose or draw? Yeah, Spurs.
Who's at home?
Leicester.
I think they'll win.
I think Spurs will win.
Yeah.
I never know with Spurs, to be honest.
No, they looked strong last season when they had all their players. When they got a full team, man, Spurs are a problem.
Yeah, Udogie's back in it.